Alright, so morning, afternoon, or evening. Today we go back to war poetry. Again, disclaimer, views and opinions are not expressed by me. But without further ado, let us get into it. An ode to our fighting allies. Being a soldier with plenty to do, I'll give you a story and a composite view. Your letters will ask me of China to show the new and historic, the high and the low. There'd be towering mountains and a deep green sea, filthy brats yelling ting ho at me, rich plumed horses and colorful carts, two-tone dresses on hustling tarts. I'd show the Chinese coolies, seemingly merry, dejected old women with much to carry, a defingled old man with a Fu Manchu beard, a bare-bottomed children with both ends smeared, temples and graves, mud houses too, a hostel on a mountain, a marvelous view. Homes made of wood, bricks made of mud, people covered in scabs, scurvy and crud. Poverty and want, men carry food, picking through garbage practically nude. Stately temples with high-toned bells, covered shelters with horrible smells. Holding catacombs, a place for the dead, noisy civilians clambering for bread. Gross fringe patties, swept with breeze, goats wading in filth up to their knees. Revealing statues, all details complete. Sexual ladies with sores on her feet. Creeping roadway and a spangled team, alleys that wind like a dope fiend's dream. A rice field left on the side of the hill, a sidewalk latrine with privacy nil. 2x4 shops, all shelving all bare, gesturing merchants, flying the air. Narrow sidewalks, more like a shelf, perfing youngsters, scratching himself. Nondescript trucks frequently towed, lumbering carts, chogging the road. Diminutive donkeys, loaded for bear, horse-drawn taxis, seeking a fare. Determined pedestrians, courting disaster, waiting in gutters where movement is faster. Chinese drivers, all accident-bound, weaving and twisting to cover the ground. Homemade brooms, weeds on a stick, used to the streets to clean the brick. Rickshaws and pushcarts, blocking your path, street corner slopes, needing a bath. Soldier gaoler, with manners quite wild, prolific women, heavy with child. An ugly maiden, a smile on her face, with breath of an onion following the place. Listless housewives with tight-bound feet, washing and cooking right out on the street. A family wash with tackle tail gray, hangings from cords blocking the way. Native tobacco, Lord what a mixture, filthy buildings, nary a fixture. Family sharing from a common bowl, next to a shush store a horrible hole. Chinese zoot suiters, flashily dressed, barefoot beggars looking depressed. Mud-speared children, clusters about, filling their jugs from the community spout. A ditful mother with a look of despair, picking the lice from her small daughter's hair. Capable craftsmen, skilled in the art. Decrepit old shacks, falling apart. Indiscreet needlework, out on display, surrounded by filth, rot in display. Elegant casks, carved by hand, odorous shops where leather is tanned. A shoemaker's shop, a black market store, crawling with vermin, with a rutted earth floor. I've neglected the war scars, visible yet. These are the things I'd like to forget. I'm glad when it's over, I anxiously go. Give it all to the Chinese, I'll take Chicago. So I don't know when the soldier wrote this poem. My guess is either during the Chinese Civil War that was happening or World War II. Again, it might be after World War II itself, but only slightly if it is. It is interesting how soldiers describe certain things. Sometimes, in this poem, I feel you can feel his frustration. Not saying that, the soldiers had right or reason to be there, or no right to be there. All I'm saying is the soldiers are men, and they have feelings about where their government sends them, as you probably saw through some of the Banana War poetry. Again, no offense intended to anybody of any kind of race, creed, or ideology. This was just the individual's feelings at the time. I do hope you all have a good afternoon, morning, or evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is Chris, signing off.